The Northeastern University Gombe, NEU, in collaboration with the Wiki Times and the Tiger Eye Foundation Ghana, successfully hosted the International Conference on Trade in Investigative Journalism in Northern Nigeria. The conference brought together journalists, scholars, and media experts to discuss the future of investigative reporting in the region, emphasizing the role of accountability and transparency in governance. The event was chaired by Dr. Sani Jauro, Pro-Chancellor of Northeastern University Gombe, who in his goodwill message stressed the importance of investigative journalism in fostering democracy and ensuring social justice.
So one of the things this university intends to do is to strengthen our nascent democracy in order to give way for good governance. How are we going to do that? There is no democracy if there is no conscience of the society that is functional and always speaking to the ears of those in power when they go wrong. And who is responsible for that? Primarily, it is the press. So for a society to develop, the political authority must be ready to do the right thing. And the political authority, being a system that is run by human beings, there is no perfection in the system. That is why we need a wing in the system that will always be prompting those in power when they go wrong. And that is the press. So one of the efforts we are trying to do here today is to inspire the Nigerian press. We have brought veteran journalists, investigative journalists, practitioners that have traversed the landscape of journalism in Nigeria and Africa. They have acquired a vast experience, and they are people of very high integrity in order to inspire our press, to inspire our students, to aspire, for them to aspire to be like them or even more than them.
He urged journalists to embrace ethical reporting and remain steadfast in uncovering the truth despite challenges. Delivering the keynote address, Professor Umaru A. Pathi, Vice-Chancellor of Federal University Kashari, highlighted the evolving landscape of investigative journalism and the need for journalists to adapt to new technologies and techniques. He underscored the critical role of digital tools in uncovering corruption and holding power to account.
Investigative journalism is risky. You cannot engage in investigative journalism if you are a coward. That one must be very clear to you. You must have courage, you must have the spirit, and you must have the willingness, and you must have the physical ability, like Anas here. It is also costly. Investigative journalism costs a lot of money. By the time Anas comes to tell you his own side of the story, then you will appreciate what it means to engage in serious investigative journalism. Not the kind of journalism you sit in your office, EFCC will do all the investigations and they take the report and give you. And then you say you have done investigation. That is not investigative journalism. I've been the chairman of the Wole Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism Prize, and for some years. And on a number of occasions, we have refused to accept entries from people that depended on other organizations' investigations. For you to be called an investigative journalist, you have to initiate, prosecute, and follow through the entire process of that investigation, then come up with the report for public use. But not for you to sit somewhere and become an officer who accepts press releases and call yourself investigative journalism. You are not. You are a desktop-bound journalist. Then it is also time-consuming. It's not something you do in a day. Again, Anas will tell you, some investigative stories will take a year or even more. You have to be patient. You have to be also discreet and gather the facts. And of course, it needs courage. In Hausa we say, mas orachi baya zama goni, ko wane ne kuma ko danwa.
A major highlight of the conference was the lead paper presentation by renowned undercover journalist Anas Arimeyau Anas, founder of the Tiger Eye Foundation. His paper titled Radical Approach to Journalism: Case Studies of Undercover Reporting Challenges and Prospects provided insights into the methodologies of undercover journalism and its impact in exposing corruption and injustice across Africa.
My kind of journalism is about my society. So I will not sit down for anybody to come from Columbia University or what I will call a university in Canada or Cambridge University to come and tell me what journalism is. Because I live with my people and I see the problems that my people face. So I am the best person to identify or to find a panacea to the problems that affects my society. So over the years, I have always been anonymous, and my journalism has ended up taking a lot of people to jail. I've gone undercover as a Catholic priest. I've been undercover as a woman. I've been undercover in a psychiatric hospital. I've been undercover in a mental home. I've been undercover as a lawyer in Seychelles. I've been undercover selling goods in the deserts. I've played many, in fact, I've been undercover as a woman. I've played many roles undercover. All this to bring truth or to shine light on society. My journalism has ended up with a lot of people going to jail, for which reason I always have to remain anonymous. Nana Kwesi Agyeman, a man who raped girls as young as 3, was jailed 8 years in Ghana. The Chinese sex mafia, people who were trafficking Chinese nationals and some Africans, were jailed altogether 45 years. MV Benjamin cocaine saga, they were jailed 15 years. My story on cocoa smuggling in Ghana, they ended up being jailed 15 years. So I am not talking about a journalism that I'm about to practice, but I'm telling you that about journalism that I've done and have seen results. So what do I mean, or what do I really do? When I say I'm going to undercover, I make sure that with my hidden camera, I capture when you decided to commit crime, how you committed the crime, and I put this evidence together, when stand in the court of law, testify against you, and make sure that you are jailed. I know some of you who have studied the tenets of journalism will ask that, what is the job of a journalist in ensuring that somebody is jailed? The job is simple. You see, we all walk on the same street. So when you see crime and you decide that in the name of exclusivity, because you're a journalist, you want to keep it to your chest, that criminal you've left off the hook will be walking on this same street with you. And if that criminal is committing murder, the criminal may kill you or kill your children. So I see nothing wrong with taking one step forward to meet law enforcement agencies and testifying in the court of law to make sure that the bad guys are jailed. I say this with a lot of great respect to law enforcement agencies. The role we play in society is complementary. So let us not hinge ourselves in the name of exclusivity and allow crime to pass.
He also emphasized the need for journalists to be protected under the law while executing their duties. Another thought-provoking paper was presented by S.G. Idris, titled Investigative Journalism and Nigerian Law, which examined the legal frameworks guiding investigative reporting in the country. He discussed the balance between press freedom and legal responsibilities, urging media practitioners to be aware of legal boundaries to avoid litigation while conducting their work.
But the most important thing we need to do is to collaborate. You are a journalist, I'm a lawyer, you are a medical doctor, you are an engineer. There are certain things that are expected of you, and then I have certain role to play also on my part, so that we have proper coordination in addressing this problem. As Anas pointed out, he did the investigation. He needs good police officers to effect arrest. We have had situations in Nigeria where it's even law enforcement agencies that are tipping the criminals about any pending attempt to effect arrest. So if you don't have good people coming together, pursuing the same cause on how to transform the society, then certainly you keep working and then it will be counterproductive. You can do investigations, at the end of the day, you need to prosecute. What is the court? What is the stance of the court? People who have money always get away with it.
In his welcome address, Dr. Adamu Muhammad Hamid, Dean Faculty of Communication at NEU Gombe, expressed gratitude to the participants and stakeholders for their commitment to strengthening investigative journalism. He reiterated the university's dedication to fostering an environment where journalistic integrity and excellence.
Welcome all of us to this important occasion. Yes, we have organized this event pursuant to the vision of the university. The founder of the university envisages a northern Nigeria where common people live a decent life. This is the ultimate vision of the university. Now, each university, each faculty, each department is taking steps towards this vision. Now my Department of Mass Communication, is organizing an international conference on trends of investigative journalism in northern Nigeria so that good governance can be improved. Our conference is an international conference. We have a presenter from the US, we have a presenter from Ghana, and if Professor Morupate presents here, it's equivalent to international presentations because he has toured more than 50 international cities. So let me cut this presentation short. I welcome all of us. I recognize the presence of the students from CAT. I recognize the presence and the representation of the NUJ chairman. He is representing the national president of NUJ, who is incidentally from Gombe. So we recognize their presence. We recognize the presence of the EFCC chairman, the representative of the EFCC from Gombe. We recognize the representative of the Commissioner of Police. We recognize the registrar of Kashere. We recognize all important guests who I have not time to mention all names, but we recognize all of them.
The conference concluded with a call for enhanced collaboration between media organizations, academic institutions, and legal professionals to ensure investigative journalism remains a powerful tool for societal change. Participants emphasized the need for continuous training, legal protection, and technological adaptation in the ever-changing media landscape. As part of the event's grand finale, Anas Aremio Anas himself commissioned the Anas Aremio Anas Content Creation and Innovation Center, a state-of-the-art facility aimed at fostering creativity and innovation in investigative journalism. The center is expected to serve as a hub for aspiring journalists, providing them with cutting-edge resources and training opportunities to enhance their storytelling and investigative skills. This event marks a significant milestone in the journey towards strengthening investigative journalism in northern Nigeria, providing a platform for critical discussions and strategic solutions to the challenges faced by journalists in the region.